Good morning, guys. Let's see. Turn that off. How you guys doing this morning? I'll move some of the stuff out of the way. I painted these a few hours ago and then they dulled right out. I'm going to have them for the 32. I'm going to have to clear them. But I think I want to use some black wash on them to make them, to bring them out a little bit more. I'm going to change the lighting. That might help some too. But I want to add a lot more detail to them by giving them a black wash first. Get them out of the way. There's the 32. I think it turned out pretty good. I got a color sanded here in about 2 hours, 2-3 hours. Got the grill done. Color sanded nice and smooth. I was going to do it in different shades of purple. And then I thought, well, my Cobra's already like that. My Cobra is exactly that purple with the candy purple outlining it. And I thought, man, I don't want to do it the same as that. So instead of doing it that way and then flaming it out with purple flames, instead of doing it that way, I don't have any black cars. So I thought, I'll go ahead and shoot it black. And I think that'll turn out neat. Tammy's car yesterday got such rave reviews that I wanted to show the one that the other one that she had painted. I hope the trunk don't fall off. But I was able to rub it out with that McGuire's because I didn't have that. I didn't have any hand glaze back when she painted this. So when I cleared it and sanded it, buffed it and everything, it was kind of dull. So I wanted to bring it back to a really nice shine. But this is the one that she did before that looked like there was a rose. Looks like there's a rose on the fender. I think that turned out really good. She picks out such pretty colors. Then the green windows, I put them in for her and did a lot of the rest of the build. She painted it and then I decaled it. The other side, I wanted to decal where it was plain looking. I hope the camera can pick all this up. I know the camera will go in and out of focus on its own, but that was really pretty. Okay, so we got all that. So I went ahead and did a water dip yesterday. Tie-dye paint job is what I would call them. They call them hydro dip. But I wanted to do something really cool. I'm hoping the lighting picks that up. It's like a green marble. Let's see if we get the front. There we go. It didn't have, this particular model when I got it, didn't have anything. Only had the body. Didn't have anything else. Didn't have that front. So the front I took from it was a customizing header panel for a 62 Pontiac Catalina. So I went ahead and used it and the grill, the tube grill. And then I got the headlights from somewhere else. And I'm trying to find the lenses that'll have the hole in the middle so I can put them on. But the quarter panel looks really neat. Hoping it's not a big glare. Quarter panel looks good on both sides. I think looks very unique. It's one of those altered wheelbase Chevy 2s. So that one I'll be building. It was on my shelf collecting dust, so I got some dust to get out of the interior, and I'll try to detail the engine quite a bit more. I got the dust off the rims so far, but that was the color and everything, the interior is. So if I go with, these were that real thin sheet acetate. It was able to bend nice for the vent windows. So I'm going to take this and use them as a pattern and get my real thick acetate out. I don't know if I want to go with green. I might want to go with yellow. Yellow might be better. Up in here looks really cool. Very unique looking. Yeah, I think this turned out way better than it was. I got to color sand it also in I'd say about 2.5 hours yet. And then I got to buff it in 4 hours. I never buff it when I wet sand. I wet sand while it's still soft. When it's been 13 hours after it was painted. That way it's soft enough to cut through, to cut real good with the sandpaper. And then you can't buff it. It'll always stay real dull and it'll never come back to a nice shine. This certainly looks good, I think. Let me show hers again. Her hood is spectacular. Yeah. If I can hold it still. But yeah, that hood turned out really neat. I showed her how to make anomalies in the paint. And that is spray your color, then use a darker color and just tap the spray nozzle just a hair so it just spits out the paint. So when it hits the other color, it separates the other color away, and then put this body down through that paint right away and find another place that looks good in the bucket, and then turn the car sideways and then bring it up through it so you can capture things like what's on this fender. See if I can hold it still enough. But yeah, that turned out really neat. The quarter panel on it. Then there's a few other tricks. When it's starting to dry, you get it all pressed down into place with a wet paper towel. And then when it's drying, you take like 1,000 grit. I can take 400. I used 400 on that one yesterday. But I just kind of knock down the highs. I don't want to go through any of the paint. I don't want to do any of that. But I do like to knock the highs down, and then I'll take it in and then clear coat it when it's just starting to dry. I don't let it dry for long, maybe about 3 hours. I don't let it go very long. And I go ahead and I clear coat with that polyurethane. And it always turns out very, very nice. So those are the ones I'm working on right now. And still the board track racer. I got him back here floating around. And the engine is looking really sharp on that one. Here's the engine. Both sides of that. I'll get that glued back into place before too long. Okay, guys, have a super great night, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Okay, bye-bye.